In a distant galaxy, there was an advanced alien civilization known as the Kalari. They had technology far beyond what humans could imagine. For centuries, they believed that humans were nothing more than a myth, a story told by their ancestors to scare children. However, curiosity stirred in the hearts of a few Kalari explorers. They decided to visit Earth, the planet where the myth was born. As the Kalari spaceship glided silently through space, Captain Ira, the leader of the team, gazed at the blue planet below. "Prepare for landing," she commanded. Her team consisted of skilled scientists and warriors, all eager to uncover the truth. They landed in a remote area, surrounded by dense forests. The air was fresh, filled with the scent of earth and trees. It was a beautiful place, untouched by advanced technology. The team stepped out of their ship, their sleek suits shining under the sunlight. They looked around, amazed by the vibrant colors and the sounds of nature. "This is nothing like the barren worlds we've explored," said Jarek, the team's botanist. He took a deep breath, feeling alive in this lush environment. Ira led her team into the forest, determined to find evidence of humans. They walked for hours, scanning their surroundings with advanced sensors. Suddenly, Zara, the team's historian, stopped in her tracks. "Look at this!" she exclaimed, pointing to a large stone covered in strange symbols. The symbols glowed faintly, hinting at ancient knowledge. The team gathered around, intrigued. Could this be a sign of human civilization? Zara wondered aloud. Ira nodded, feeling excitement grow in her chest. "Let's analyze it," she instructed. They set up their equipment and began to study the stone. As they worked, Ira thought about the stories she had heard about humans, stories of bravery, creativity, and power. The Kalari had always dismissed them as mere legends, but now, standing before this stone, she felt a spark of hope. What if humans were more than just a myth? Hours passed, and the team finally deciphered some of the symbols. They revealed tales of ancient warriors, great battles, and hidden powers. Ira's heart raced. "These stories are real," she announced, her voice filled with awe. "Humans have a rich history, one that deserves our attention." Just then, a loud rustling noise came from the bushes nearby. The team turned, their hearts pounding. They had been so focused on the stone that they hadn't noticed their surroundings. Suddenly, a creature emerged, a large, furry animal with bright eyes. It looked at the Kalari with curiosity. Jarek stepped forward, holding out his hand. "It's just a creature," he said, trying to calm the group. The animal sniffed Jarek's hand before bounding away into the trees. The team laughed, relieved that it was not a threat. After the excitement faded, Ira refocused the team. "We need to find more evidence," she said. "If humans are as powerful as these stories suggest, we must know the truth." They continued their journey, venturing deeper into the forest. As night fell, the forest transformed. Strange sounds echoed all around, and the shadows grew long. The Kalari set up a camp, their advanced lights illuminating the area. Ira sat by the fire, her mind racing with thoughts of humans and their hidden powers. "What if we find them?" she asked Zara, who was sitting next to her. "What if humans are not just myths but our greatest allies?" Zara nodded, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We could learn so much from them," she replied. "They might possess abilities we've never imagined." Ira looked up at the stars, feeling a sense of purpose. "Tomorrow we will uncover more secrets. We must find out if the tales are true." With that determination, the Kalari drifted off to sleep, dreaming of what tomorrow might bring. Little did they know their adventure was just beginning. The truth about humanity awaited them, hidden in the shadows of history. The Kalari were about to discover that legends could hold incredible power, and their journey would change everything they believed. As the first light of dawn broke through the trees, the Kalari team stirred from their sleep. Ira, filled with excitement, woke early, eager to continue their quest. She stepped out of the tent, taking a deep breath of the crisp morning air. The forest was alive with sounds, birds chirping, leaves rustling, and the distant babble of a stream. "Gather around, everyone!" Ira called to her team. They quickly assembled, their faces reflecting a mix of curiosity and anticipation. "Today, we will find more clues about humanity. Let's head back to the stone we found yesterday." With determination, they trekked back to the site. Upon arriving, they found the stone still glowing faintly. Zara had brought the data from their analysis, and they needed to delve deeper into its secrets. "I believe this stone is just the beginning," Zara said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. There are many more truths hidden in this forest. They set to work, examining the stone further. As they touched the symbols, a sudden energy surged through them. The glow brightened and a vision began to form. They saw images of humans, fierce warriors standing tall, battling against darkness and protecting their home. The Kalari watched in awe, realizing the stories were not just tales, they were a part of a long and rich history. "What is this?" Yarrick whispered, captivated by the vision. "It's like they are alive." The team watched as the scene shifted, showing humans building great structures, creating art, and exploring the stars. "This is incredible," Ira murmured, feeling a sense of respect for the beings she once thought were merely a myth. As the vision faded, Ira felt a strange pull towards the deeper part of the forest. "We need to follow this path," she declared, pointing to a narrow trail that wound through the trees. "There might be more secrets waiting for us." The team nodded, eager to explore. They followed the trail, the trees growing thicker and taller around them. As they walked, Zara spoke about the importance of these ancient stories. "Humans have always faced challenges," she said. "They overcame great odds. This tells us they are strong, not just physically, but in spirit." The team listened, understanding the significance of what they were learning. After some time, they stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In the center stood a massive stone structure covered in vines and moss. It was unlike anything they had seen before. The walls were engraved with intricate carvings, telling stories of humanity's triumphs and failures. "Look at this!" Yarrick exclaimed, rushing towards the structure. "These carvings are amazing." The team gathered around, studying the detailed artwork. Each carving depicted a moment in human history, battles, discoveries, and even moments of kindness. As they examined the carvings, they noticed something peculiar. One carving showed humans standing together, uniting against a dark force. "This must be a warning," Era said, her voice serious. They faced great challenges, but they stood united. The team exchanged glances, realizing that this was not just about understanding humanity, it was about understanding their own purpose. Zara's eyes widened as she pointed to another carving. "This one shows a human with glowing hands. What do you think it means?" Ira thought for a moment. "Perhaps it represents their hidden potential, the power they can tap into when needed." Suddenly, a loud noise broke their concentration. The ground trembled beneath them, and they turned to see a massive creature emerge from the trees. It was unlike anything they had seen, a giant beast with sharp claws and fierce eyes guarding the secrets of the forest. "Stay together!" Ira shouted as the creature approached. The team quickly formed a line, ready to defend themselves. Yarrick took a deep breath, recalling the stories of human bravery he had seen in the carvings. "We can't back down," he said. "We must show it we mean no harm." The creature growled, but as Era stepped forward, she remembered the unity depicted in the carvings. "We are not your enemies," she called out, raising her hand slowly. The creature paused, its eyes studying them. Moments later, it retreated slightly, as if sensing their intention. The team exchanged relieved glances, realizing that they had passed a test. They were deemed worthy to explore the ancient secrets of humanity further. As the creature vanished back into the forest, the Kalari felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were not just explorers anymore, they were guardians of a legacy. Together, they would uncover the truth about humanity and its incredible strength. The adventure had just begun, and the secrets of the past were waiting to be revealed. The Kalari team stood in the clearing, their hearts racing after the encounter with the creature. Ira looked around at her teammates, all still feeling the thrill of the moment. "We have shown that we respect this land and its guardians," she said, trying to instill confidence in them. "But we must remain alert. This place holds secrets, and we are not alone here." As they gathered their thoughts, Zara pointed to the carvings on the stone structure. "These images tell us more than just stories, they warn us. There is darkness in humanity's past, and it seems to be linked to the challenges they faced." Ira nodded, understanding the weight of those words. "We need to dig deeper into these secrets. There may be more threats lurking in the shadows." The team decided to split up to explore the clearing further. Ira and Jarek moved toward the back of the structure, while Zara and another team member, Kian, studied the carvings more closely. As they worked, the atmosphere grew tense. The forest felt alive, and the air crackled with anticipation. While examining the carvings, Jarek noticed something strange on one of the stones. "Ira, come look at this," he called, Ira hurried over, her curiosity piqued. The carving depicted a dark figure shrouded in shadows, looming over humans in a scene of chaos. "This looks different from the other images," Ira said, her voice low. "It feels more sinister." Just then, Zara and Keon joined them. "What did you find?" Keon asked, eyes wide with interest. Ira pointed to the dark figure. "This represents a threat, something that humanity faced and possibly defeated," she explained. "But what if it has returned?" Before they could discuss this further, a low rumble echoed through the forest. The ground shook again, stronger this time. Leaves fell from the trees, and the sky darkened as ominous clouds rolled in. "We need to get back to the ship," Ira shouted. The team scrambled to their feet, panic rising within them. As they raced through the forest, the atmosphere changed drastically. The air grew heavy, and a sense of dread filled their hearts. The previously vibrant sounds of nature faded, replaced by an eerie silence. The trees seemed to bend and twist, as if trying to warn them of an approaching danger. Suddenly, they burst into a small clearing, and there, in front of them, stood a group of shadowy figures. They were tall, cloaked in darkness, their faces hidden. The team froze, realizing they had stumbled into the presence of a threat unlike any they had encountered before. "What are they?" Yarek whispered, his voice barely audible. Ira stepped forward cautiously. "We don't know yet, but we must be careful." The dark figures moved closer, their intentions unclear. Ira could feel her heart pounding in her chest. "Stay close," she instructed her team, ready to protect them at all costs. One of the figures stepped forward, lifting its hood. A pair of glowing eyes pierced through the darkness, fixing on Ira. "You seek the truth of humanity," it said, its voice deep and resonant. "But be warned, truth comes with a price." "Who are you?" Ira demanded, trying to sound strong despite the fear creeping in. "We are the Keepers of Shadows," the figure replied. "We have watched over humanity's secrets for centuries. You have awakened us, and now you must decide if you are worthy." "What do you mean?" Zara asked, stepping beside Ira. The Keeper of Shadows raised its hand, and a swirl of dark energy formed around them. "The darkness you see in the carvings is real. It threatens not just humanity, but all life in the galaxy. You must choose. Will you help us defeat this darkness, or will you return to your ship and leave the secrets buried?" Ira felt a surge of determination. "We cannot turn back," she said firmly. "If humanity faces a threat, we will stand with them." The Keeper studied her for a moment before nodding slowly. "Very well. Your journey has only begun, and the path ahead will be filled with trials. You must be ready to confront not just the darkness outside, but also the darkness within." With that, the shadowy figures vanished, leaving the team shaken but resolute. They stood together, understanding the gravity of their situation. "We need to prepare," Era said, her voice steady. "We have to find a way to help humanity and confront the darkness that threatens them." The Kalari knew that their mission had transformed into something much larger than they had anticipated. They were no longer just explorers. They were guardians, ready to face the challenges ahead. As they made their way back to their ship, they realized they were now part of a story much bigger than themselves, one that could change the fate of both humanity and their own civilization. The Kalari team gathered in their ship, the Starseeker, hearts pounding with the weight of their new mission. Ira stood at the center of the command room, her expression serious. "We must prepare for what is to come. The Keepers of Shadows warned us about a darkness that threatens both humanity and our world. We can't face this alone." Yarek stepped forward, his determination shining through. "We have to find a way to contact humanity. They need to know what's happening. If there's a battle ahead, we can't fight it by ourselves." Ira nodded, appreciating Jarek's courage. "We'll need to send a signal to Earth. Zara, can you work on that?" Zara quickly moved to the control panel, her fingers flying over the buttons. "I'll try to boost our communication signal. If we can reach anyone on Earth, we might get some help." The rest of the team prepared for the upcoming battle, tension thick in the air. As Zara worked, Ira thought about the Keepers of Shadows. What if they were right? What if we are the key to stopping this darkness? The team gathered closer, exchanging determined looks. They understood their role was not just to learn about humanity, but to protect it as well. Finally, Zara turned to the team, excitement shining in her eyes. "I've got a signal out! It's weak, but it's sent." Now we wait. The team settled in, anticipation building as they anxiously watched the screens for any signs of a response. Hours passed, and just when hope began to fade, The communication system buzzed to life. "We have a response!" Zara shouted, and everyone rushed to her side. A flickering image appeared on the screen, revealing a figure in military gear. "This is Commander Ellis from Earth. We received your message." "What's going on?" Ira took a deep breath, knowing this was their chance to explain everything. "Commander, we've discovered that a great darkness threatens both humanity and our civilization. We need your help to fight it." The commander listened carefully, his brow furrowing with concern. "We can't take this lightly. Tell me what we need to do." As Ira detailed their findings, Jarek's eyes flicked to the view screen. A dark storm brewed in the distance, dark clouds swirling ominously. "We don't have much time," he warned. "The darkness is coming. Commander, we need to coordinate our forces," Ira said urgently. "We can't face this alone. Humanity must unite to combat this threat." Commander Ellis nodded. "I will mobilize our forces immediately. We will send our strongest troops to your location. Prepare for battle." The team felt a surge of hope. They were not alone in this fight. They quickly began to strategize, knowing they had to use their knowledge of the forest and its secrets to their advantage. Ira led the discussions, her voice steady. "We must create a plan that combines our strengths. The Calori know the land, and humans have the technology and weaponry." As the team prepared, the dark storm loomed closer, crackling with energy. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the forest, shaking the ground beneath their feet. The Calori looked at one another, fear creeping in. "It's here," Zara said, her voice trembling. Ira quickly gathered her team. "We must be brave. The darkness is not just a force, it is a living threat. But we are ready. We have to show it that we will fight." They steeled themselves, standing together as one united force. As the first wave of shadowy creatures emerged from the storm, the team prepared for battle. The dark figures rushed at them, their eyes glowing with malice. "Now!" Ira shouted, and the Calori and the human troops unleashed their weapons. The forest erupted into chaos as energy blasts lit up the darkened sky. The Calori used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, setting traps and ambushes. Zara and Jarek fought valiantly alongside the human soldiers, pushing back against the relentless tide of darkness. Despite their efforts, the darkness seemed endless. More shadowy figures poured from the storm, and the creatures began to fight back fiercely. The Calori felt the pressure mounting. "We can't hold them forever," Jarek shouted, barely dodging an attack. Just then, a loud voice rang out through the chaos. "For humanity! For the Calori!" Commander Ellis charged forward, rallying the troops. His courage inspired everyone around him. "We will not back down! Fight for each other!" With renewed energy, the Calori and human soldiers fought side by side. Ira felt a fierce determination rise within her. "We can do this! We are stronger together!" she yelled, leading the charge against the darkness. As they battled fiercely, Ira saw a flicker of light deep within the storm, a beacon of hope. "That's it! We need to reach that light!" she called out. "It could be our way to defeat the darkness." Together, they pushed through the waves of shadowy figures, their spirits unbroken. United in their fight, the Calori and humanity charged toward the light, determined to bring an end to the threat once and for all. The battle had raged for what felt like an eternity, but finally, Era and her team, alongside the human soldiers, managed to break through the wall of darkness. As they pushed deeper into the storm, the flickering light grew brighter, casting away the shadows that had threatened to consume them. Ira felt a surge of hope, urging her forward. "Keep moving!" she shouted to her team, determination burning in her eyes. "We're almost there!" The Calori and human soldiers fought fiercely beside her, their unity stronger than ever. They had discovered that together they were unstoppable. As they approached the light, the dark figures around them began to dissolve, evaporating like mist in the sun. The energy pulsing from the light felt warm and inviting, and Ira realized it was not just a beacon, it was a force of pure hope. She could sense its power calling out to them, urging them to embrace it. Finally, they broke free from the darkness, emerging into a vast open space. The storm subsided, and the sun broke through the clouds, illuminating the area with brilliant light. Ira looked around in awe. The battlefield they had fought on was transformed into a serene landscape, lush and vibrant. Flowers bloomed and the trees stood tall, as if celebrating their victory. But there was no time to rest. Ira turned to the group. We need to understand what just happened. The darkness was powerful, but we faced it together. We must find out what this light means for our future. Commander Ellis stepped forward, his face marked by both relief and exhaustion. You did it, Era. You led us through the storm. But what do we do now? How do we ensure this darkness never returns? Ira took a deep breath, her mind racing with possibilities. We must protect this place, she said, glancing at her team. There is something special about it. The light here represents hope and unity. We can use it to heal not just our worlds, but the relationships between them. The soldiers nodded, feeling the weight of her words. They all knew that their fight was not just against the darkness, but for a better future. Zara stepped up beside Ira. Let's build a stronghold here, a place where Kalari and humans can come together. We can learn from each other and share our knowledge. Yarek, still buzzing with energy from the battle, grinned. Yes, we can create a new beginning right here. This can be a place of peace where we train and prepare for any future threats. As they began to gather their thoughts, the Keepers of Shadows reappeared, their forms glowing with the same light that filled the area. You have done well, one of them said, their voice echoing like a gentle breeze. You have faced the darkness and emerged victorious. But remember, this is only the beginning. Ira stepped forward, filled with curiosity. What do you mean? What lies ahead? The Keeper smiled, their glowing eyes filled with wisdom. You have united two worlds. The darkness you faced was only a part of a greater force that seeks to disrupt balance in the universe. You must remain vigilant. Zara raised her hand. How can we prepare for this? What do we need to do? The Keeper nodded, their expression serious. You must build bridges, not just between your peoples, but across the galaxy. Knowledge is your greatest weapon. Share your experiences and your cultures. With their mission clear, Era felt a wave of excitement. We will work together, she promised. Kalari and humans will stand united. We will share our strengths and learn from each other. As the team set about establishing their new stronghold, they worked tirelessly. They built training centers where Kalari could teach humans about the forest and its secrets, while humans could share their technology and strategies. They created a library filled with the histories and knowledge of both worlds, ensuring that future generations would learn from their experiences. Days turned into weeks, and as they built their community, bonds grew stronger. The Kalari and human soldiers found themselves laughing together, sharing stories, and celebrating their victories. The dark shadows of the past began to fade, replaced by a bright future filled with promise. One evening, as the sun set, Era stood on a hill overlooking the stronghold. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The light that had guided them through the darkness now shone brightly within their hearts. They were no longer just explorers or soldiers, they were guardians of hope, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Ira knew that their journey was far from over. But she also knew that together they could overcome anything. With unity as their strength, the Kalari and humanity would forge a new beginning, one that would inspire others across the galaxy. The darkness may have emerged, but it had only served to illuminate their true potential.